Programming skills using C, lecture number 21. Function subprograms continued. In this lecture, we will be dealing with the string functions. You already know what functions are. You have written some functions. And now we will use inbuilt functions, string functions, and write programs using these functions. So first of these inbuilt function, string function is strlen. As the word suggests, is returns the length of the string, and therefore the return value is integer. For example, here I have assigned Ashok to a character array name, and then I say strlen name, and length len variable len contains 5 because that is the length of this string Ashok. Here one more example, Ashok Kumar is assigned to a character array, and then I want to find out the length of that character array, and as you see here printf percentage len, and the result is 11. That is nothing but the length of this complete string starting from A to R. So second function is string copy. As the word suggests, copying or making a duplicate of a given string. Here what I do is I copy this source string to target string. I make a duplicate copy of this source string in the target string. This function copies the string in source variable or array to target array. For example, here I have assigned lesson to name. Then I've got one more variable character array copy name. What I do is strcpy copy name comma name. So name is copied to copy name, as you see here. When I print this, I copy name, I will get to less than will be printed. So that is a string copy function. Third function is string cat or string join. So what it does is it joins the second string str2 at the end of string 1 str1, and str1 will contain the combination of these two. So this is attached to the end of str1. So example here, I've got Ashok here assigned to name, and last name one more array Kumar. And note here I've purposely left a space here. You will know why. Then I say string cat name comma last name, and you print name. Now name contains Ashok and Kumar because Kumar is attached at the end of Ashok, and as I said here I have left a space here, therefore this space is here. Suppose I were not to use space, immediately it would have Ashok Kumar, K would have come just after this K. So that is please remember that. So it doesn't leave any space. I have to leave some space when I attach two words, two strings. With that, we go to the next very important string function called strcmp, string compare. That means it compares these two strings. Now, what do I mean by compare? The compare means it will find out whether the first string comes before the target string in the dictionary, or the first string comes after the target string in the dictionary. So that is therefore this function compares two strings if both strings are lexicographically equal. That means if it is Ashok, Ashok, Denzel, Denzel, or Rohit, Rohit, so then it is going to return 0. As you see, the return value is integer. Then it is going to return 0. Or then what happens? Suppose a source comes after target in the dictionary. Then it is going to return +1. And if source comes after the target, then it is going to return -1. I have got some examples here. As you say, let us say name 2, name 3. Name 2 is Ashok, name 3 is Ashok. Therefore, it is going to return 0. R will contain 0 when you do this exercise, use this function. Name 1, name 2. As you see, Sudhir and Ashok. Sudhir comes after Ashok in the dictionary. Therefore, it is going to return 1 +1. And we take name 2, name 1. name 2, name 1. Naturally, Ashok comes first and Sudhir comes afterwards. Therefore, it is going to return -1. And the last one, name and known 4. Now, as you see in this case, SU, they are same, but here SUD and SUM. Therefore, now which comes afterwards in the dictionary? Naturally, Suman comes after Sudhir. So I'm going to compare the Sudhir with Suman. Therefore, what is the value you are going to expect? Therefore, this comes earlier, this comes later. Naturally, it is going to give you a -1. So this is very important function. We will be using it very immediately. Now, for example, now what happens when you input strings using scanf and getS? What happens? So you are just entering a Ashok, for example, Ashok 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. A will go into the 0th cell and 1, 2, 3, 4. And when you press enter, automatically this character is going to be added, and that is known as null character. Please remember, NULL, all in capital. It is called null character. So this is a very important information which we are going to use during these 2 classes and maybe next 4 classes. So please remember that it's very important. So when you enter strings using scanf and getS, automatically a null character is added at the end of the string. Now let's see, we will write a C program to input some names into a 20 cross 30 character matrix and sort them in ascending lexicographic order using bubble sort. So inputting string data into a character matrix. So till now we have been using arrays. Now we have got the character matrix. That means every cell is character. As you see here, character names within square brackets 20 and 30. The first number refers to rows. There could be 20 rows and here 30 columns. So when I enter name, automatically Rohit will go to, of course, well, as you see here, scanf I is equal to 1, I is less than equal to n, scanf percentages, then names I is equal to 1. Therefore, I have entered Rohit. It is going to be the input that, and it is going to add null character at the end. And similarly, 2, 3, 4, 5, all of them will have null character at the end of these strings. So very important. So these are the null characters. I have entered these 5 names. My desire now is to arrange them in the ascending order. That means Ashok will come first, then Leston will come next, H will come, then Leston, then R, Rohit and Sudhir. So we have to do that. How are we going to do is the question. Now, we cannot use a conventional operators which we have used till now to compare numbers. We have done already bubble sort to sort numbers. So we asked that if AJ is greater than AJ plus 1, we have done this of exchanging values. Same thing has to be done also with the character arrays, names, strings. But how do we do? So for example, we cannot use this operator. I am going to use string compare. So string compare, that means compare AJ string with AJ plus 1 as I show you here. String compare bracket AJ names J comma names J plus 1. If it is greater than 0, that means name J comes after name J plus 1, that is greater in the lectionary, in the dictionary. Then I do the exchange value. So how do I do the exchange value? As you say, to do that, I cannot assign using this assignment operator. I have to again use strcpy, string copy. String copy names J plus 1 to names J. Names J plus 1 names J. So that is what is being done here. Now this is the complete algorithm for copying, for sorting these names in the ascending order. So I is equal to 1, I is equal to less than equal to n minus 1, I plus plus, j is equal to 1, j is less than equal to n minus I and j plus plus. So I compare if j names j is greater than name j plus 1. Again, names j greater than means it comes after names j plus 1. So for example, in this case here, if Rohit comes after, when I compare naturally, Rohit comes after Harsh, therefore it is going to be plus 1. Therefore, then you exchange. So strcpy copy names j to temp, names j plus 1 to names j, and copy temp to names j plus 1. So this way I sort these names, and at the end of that I get the array. The matrix will contain, the character matrix will contain all the strings in the ascending order, So please note that. Now I would like you to write complete C program. Pause with video and then write complete C program. So here I show you what I have written. So we declare, please remember temp is an array, character array, whereas names is a character matrix with 20 rows and 30 columns. Here I accept the value for n, how many names I want to input. And please remember, you have to just give within brackets names I, not names ij, etc. Scanf percentages names I. So you are going to input n name, maybe 5, maybe 10, etc. So then you print those names, then you do the sorting as I've explained just now using bubble sort, and then again you print the names which are there in the character matrix. And for example, I'm showing you here, I've inputted Leston, Brian, Sudhir, Hamza, Rohit, and you get this result: Brian, Hamza, Leston, Rohit, Sudhir. So in the ascending order starting from B, H, L, etc. So this is how you are going to do the sorting of those alphanumeric data or names. So thank you.